Alright, what's up guys? We're going to do a deck profile today on Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. This is one of the better builds that I think is out there. I'm excited to show you what's going on here. We play, put this back in appropriate order. Right off the bat we play 3 copies of original Blue Eyes. White Dragon's very good. It's very good for looping with Chaos form, and you need it also with Advanced Ritual Art. It's very important to have the original one. 2 copies of Blue Eyes Alternate Eyes. You don't need to play 3. You usually will win. You usually OTK your opponent or lose yourself, so you don't really need to summon these every turn. 2 is enough. 1 copy of Spirit just in case they have some annoying floodgate you got to get over. Only 2 copies of a Stone of Ancients. This is for sometimes synchro play. Sometimes you need a Banisher from the graveyard to get a Blue Eyes to your hand, or a Chaos Max Dragon to your hand, some kind of situation like that. But it's very good for that. It's used more for that effect than it is for the effect of Special Summon during the end phase. It's very good to bring back stuff during the end phase. I mean during the middle of your turn. Chaos Dragon Levianeer. This is good for, it's searchable off of Melody, and it's very good for just OTKing, summoning things. You have darks and lights, so you can really do whatever you want with it. This is kind of the crazy card of the deck. Zaborg, the Mega Monarch. Very, very good. You can send up to 7 cards from your extra deck, and we have a bunch of really, really good targets to use against our opponent. Again, very helpful in OTKing. We play a decent amount of draw power in this deck, and Blue Eyes has a lot of searching and the what are the talisman, right? The incantation cards, which are very good too. So you move through your deck pretty quickly, which is very good for this. We also have 3 copies of Manju because you don't have a lot of normal summons in this deck. 2 normal summons are really just Zaborg and Manju, and that's about it. Next we've got 3 copies of Incantation Candle. These are really easy to use. You just activate, reveal either the monster or the ritual, depending on which one you have, and then you summon the other one and you get the search. So they're like a +2. They're very, very good, and you get to keep the monsters on the field, tribute them for Zaborg. Extremely good. Play 3 copies of Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, the regular one. 4,000 attack, can't be targeted, can't be destroyed by card effects, and again, does double piercing. Very good against decks that don't have link monsters. And then we've got the Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, the Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. So you can destroy like any deck with this. You can destroy Thunder Dragons, anybody. It's extremely good because if you can summon both of these, they're like a 2-card OTK. You summon this one, you declare an attack on any monster, even if it's on a link monster. All the monsters that aren't link monsters switch to defense mode. Their defense is 0, and then you take them out with 8,000 damage with Chaos Max Dragon. Very good. We've got this card right here. You discard a card, and then you can summon an incantation from the deck. Again, very good, and then you get to search. Then we are moving up to our spells. 3 copies of Advanced Ritual Art. This allows you to use normal monsters from your deck to ritual summon. And it has a lot of just various synergy with the deck, because number 1, you don't have to actually give up any materials in your deck, but then like you can send like a Blue Eyes, and you can add it back to your hand with stone and then use it for something else, which is very, very good. We play also 3 copies of Chaos Form, so again you can use Advanced Ritual Art to send a normal Blue Eyes and then activate Chaos Form, and then you can use the normal Blue Eyes to banish to summon the other one. So you really don't give up as many resources as a normal ritual deck would, which is really good. At 3 copies of Melody of Awakened Dragons. We play a bunch of targets, all different ones. Blue Eyes, all the both Chaos Max Dragons are searchable. Every card here except for Spirit is searchable. What else is? Yeah, the ritual monsters are searchable, and Chaos Dragon Levianeer are searchable. All good. You know, it's a little frustrating to play this card against Ash Blossom, but I think it's well worth it. And then we play 3 copies of Pot of Extravagance because it doesn't affect us at all. Most of the cards in our extra deck don't really matter to us. I mean, some do, but for the most part, you know, banishing 6 isn't really that big of a cost. We got those. Then we'll move on to the extra deck. Probably going to replace this with Link Haribo now that I think about it. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon's good for outing a Link monster board sometimes. It's good for outing like Borreload. We've got, and it only takes us 2 Blue Eyes monsters. We've got Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon. This is the whole Galaxy package. Number 107. Number 62. Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Dragon for the negates. Number 38. And these are all of the Zaborg targets. We got Natis. When these get sent from the extra deck to the graveyard, you get to pop. We've got some more synchros. These are not targets for Zaborg, but they're good anyway. Very good synchro monsters. Basically, you're summoning this one and going into this one. We've got 3 Herald of Arc Light, which is very, very good. What's good about this is when you send it, you can search a ritual monster or spell. So again, they're just free pluses. Like once you summon Zaborg, you basically win. There's so many different ways to win in this deck, and it's crazy. And then we've got this. This is basically like when you link summon this and you use ritual monsters, at the end of it, you just get a monster that your opponent can't destroy. Has double the attack. It can destroy cards. It's kind of crazy, but there you go. We've got Sacred Flame. It's basically like a Towers monster. You can't destroy it. And then we've got our side deck. We've got 3 Fantastical Dragon Phantasmes. I don't main deck it because there are a lot of various decks that don't use Link monsters out there in the meta, and that's really who we're hoping to play. But, you know, sometimes it comes up. I prefer to keep it in the side deck. The main deck space is a little bit tight. 3 Lancia to destroy Thunder Dragons and Orcust. 3 copies of Twin Twister because of Mystic Mine. 3 Evenly Matched, also for various decks, Mystic Mine and others. And then 3 copies of Unending Nightmare for decks with Face of Spawn Trap cards and also Mystic Mine. So that is everything. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, please.